I could.
Mm-hmm.
I'll do my best.
Yeah, thank you so much. Ed, I think you're the best microprofiler taking notes. When you share and take notes, no one compares. Sorry, John, but you know what? Ed wins.
Hey, I delegate my calls. Okay. Yeah, feel free, Ed. If you want. Otherwise, I can.
I'm getting.
Okay. Yeah. No problem.
We have a new virus checker, and it is a pig.
You too. Yes, I know exactly what you. That in the security scanners and all that stuff. Always popping at the wrong time.
Mm-hmm. And while we wait for the minutes, John, are you wearing the blue MicroProfile T-shirt, or is another one? Is that a quark? You know what it is, right? Wrong color.
Yeah. Yes, I hate this color, but you know what? It was easily accessible in the closet, so.
I was like, I know that color. What's going on with that color? I had to pick on you. Look at that. Majid has the right T-shirt,
yes.
Right? Show it. Let me take a photo.
Yeah, John, I prefer my T-shirt.
Hold on. Let me take a photo of this.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's fine. You can. We are late already, so it's fine. Majid, later, before the call is over, let's do it.
All right. So.
Okay.
Okay. Can you see?
Yes. Okay, so I will start. Thanks, Ed, for being the steward of this call. Today is March 14th. This is the MicroProfile Marketing Hangout. We are almost ending Q1, and today's call is going to be mostly about the budget. We go into budget ticket 650, but that is not enough. Ed, if you click under 2022 MicroProfile Working Group budget, it will bring you to Caitlin's message to the community forum, and that is the message we want in budget there.
This one, number 650.
Yeah, 650. But if you go to 2022, there is a link for the message she sent to the community. It should be there. I just added it.
Yeah, I'm losing it too. I don't see it unless the link is the same color as the text.
It is the same color of the text. Sorry about that. I was really just trying to catch up.
Here. This.
Mm-hmm. Let me see.
How about that? Look at that. Okay, sorry.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. I'm better at doing these things, but today it was one of those things. I just added it on. Do you see it?
I clicked it.
Mm-hmm.
It's very slow. Sorry.
It's fine. We can wait.
Okay.
So Ed, click on the forecast.
This one?
Yes.
I try stopping it, the virus checker, but it just starts itself again. It's so annoying.
It's fine. We have one topic that is important to prepare for tomorrow. So here.
Okay.
Here we go. So the budget that many of you approved back when we had the last steering committee in December. I don't remember when it was actually, but it was approved. It was done before we knew that 2 members were no longer going to be with us in 2022. We have this budget for $49,000 to spend, plus $10,000 on what was not charged by the Eclipse Foundation on trademark from last year. So if we go to a different tab, total budget, within the tab, Ed, there is a total budget. This is like the member fees, right? We go to total budget. There you go. So, and at the end of January, beginning of February, during a community call, we discussed that the budget needed to be reworked because we don't have 2 members, and we need, before spending the money, we need to make sure that the money is allocated to quantify the members. We have 49,000, 10,000 and surplus from last year. That is a total of 59,000. We have the Eclipse Foundation working costs. And if we see row 7, it tells you the governance is fixed at 30,000. A $10,000 increase was added when the Eclipse Foundation presented the budget. Then we have the fee, the general fee of 12%, that is $5,880 of the member fees, 49,000. So this needs to be fixed in current budget that was approved last year. So we are asking a few things for the Eclipse Foundation to do for us, or at least that's the goal. It has been the goal for over a month, to change the 12% fee to match the actual member fee revenue that is explained on Caitlin's email, and then to adjust marketing in general. We have marketing, and in the past, what was approved that we will show and is added as a PDF in the email. We said, I actually biasly went in here after the call we had with the community and adjusted the numbers to say pay ads, 5K, in swag and events, 7,620. The message has been, let's review and decide if we need something different. Do we drop ads? What's the take in here? Because we have a little bit less budget. Okay, John, you're having problems also with your computer, I see. Okay, so in the legal trademark, we have no idea, but we have to pay another 10K this year, and hopefully it will not repeat next year. So that's it. Questions about this, Ed, Majid?
So I'm sorry, the 49,000, that was the estimate, right? But it's less than that?
No. 49,000.
This is the adjusted amount.
Yeah, this is the adjusted amount. The original amount
great.
was about 53 or something like this.
All right, great.
So Ed, can you do a back-to-back, open two windows and show the approved budget, which is also added as a PDF in the document, in the email? If you could do that, we can see what we approved. No, Tommy Tribe did not approve the budget, but many of you, 6 of you did. 4 voted, 4 didn't vote, and we voted 0. So if we open the budget that was approved, there is a PDF. We can see, what we have done in the past. Mm-hmm.
Hang on. I'm fixing it so I could show these both. It's going to get really small. I hope you guys can.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is one of the problems about security software. It's just buggy. Once you have it, you need to deinstall it. But in the meantime, Majid, do you understand a little bit what we're talking about here with the budget?
To be honest, no, but I try to understand that.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay, can you see them both now?
Yes. Can you make a little bit larger the draft? It says draft because it was delivered and never adjusted. So that is the one that it was voted on. There, perfect.
Is that good?
Yes. So the budget that was approved had a member fees of 53.5. That is with Payara and Jelastic. So then it had a total revenue of 63,500. We are working with a $59,000 budget for 2022. Then we went down to marketing. There you go. So here it is. We had, for the marketing, we had advertisement, content creation, in social media 10K, in swag 6,500. The working group used the forecast document to provide some information to the Eclipse Foundation. When the budget was created, it did not use the information we provided to the foundation. So these numbers were just sent. We during the call that we had when this project was approved, we actually stated that the infrastructure had higher costs, and that the forecast, if you open the infra, Ed.
Is there a link to that?
Yeah, it's in the tab under forecast. Under the forecast document, there is an infra.
This one.
Yes. So then this document was created and had exact information with costs. And what we noticed when the document was brought to the steering committee in the public call is that the document was not used for the creation of the budget. It had incorrect information. So we need the Eclipse Foundation to fix a few things here. And while, John, are you back?
Yes, I am. So
Okay.
far, so good.
Okay, good. So I'm not sure how much you read, how much you have listened, but what we have done, if you see a total budget, again, in the tab, is we need at least two things to be fixed. The percent fee, that is 12%, needs to be fixed, and marketing costs need to be fixed so we can start using the budget.
So let me just, so the percentage stays the same, but the number in this guy, right, needs to be
Yes.
adjusted.
It is already adjusted.
This one's
Yeah.
adjusted.
Yeah, if you notice, last year they charged us in this, hold for me a second, in this document, you can see how much they charge for that. It was not at 12%, it was incorrect, but we had no chance to it was 6,500 flat. I have no idea where that number came from, but it was not even from member fees. So we need to make sure that the G&A is actually 12% here. General admission.
You're talking about this somewhere here.
Correct, but that number didn't match member fees as well.
It's because of the reduced membership.
No, at this time we had 12. We had 11 members with 10 paying, but it didn't match even then. So it was incorrect there as well.
So they actually gave us the 12% number?
No, they didn't. This number is higher. So because we were required to vote on that call and not how we wanted to do so, to review and then ask for adjustments and then vote at a later time, we were not able to fix the budget. That is the reason why Tommy vote is 0, because there was no the diligence on this vote. So now we can fix everything that we couldn't fix while being required, because it was the end of the year, on voting. So the goal is to get this fixed. G&A is line 8, and it's very specific on the email that Caitlin wrote. We need to fix it. It goes to 5,180. It's only for the working group membership revenue. It doesn't have anything to do with surplus. And then we go into marketing. Marketing, that is a question for everyone here. 14 and 15, how do you see those numbers? We have 21.39% on expenditures, and that is fixed, right? So do we spend more in swag? Do we spend less in paid ads? This was my minimal adjustment to say, hey, let's do this.
And sorry, I'm still stuck on the 12% number.
Yeah, that-
And I apologize, my network's still cutting out, so you may
No, it's-
occasionally lose me, but you know, I'm looking at, you know, Caitlin's post, and it says
Mhm.
working group pays an annual G&A equal to 12% of the membership revenue. Is that something we calculated, or is that something the Eclipse Foundation provided?
that is what the Eclipse Foundation has stated for years since the Jakarta and now
Okay.
MicroProfile working group. So we paid 12% of a working group pays 12% no matter what. This is for invoices. I have no idea what the money gets spent, but we pay 12%. So, and that is out of member fees amount. So that is $5,880 that the Eclipse Foundation has to adjust, and instead of 66,500. The difference between the G&A and the governance and management is that we don't have a say in the governance and the management. That is an amount the Eclipse Foundation will
Okay,
tell any working group. That's
well,
the
that's all I wanted to know.
yeah, totally. Ask. You know, this one, I will write, I had written fixed in line 7, but clearly it's not clear. I am going to make it font clearer. It's like this amount is fixed, you know? So now how do you see the marketing?
5880.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's there, but let's make it like darker or something so that I can make it like really large.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't do that. I mean,
Okay.
that's, I just wanted to make sure I understood
Yep.
where that number came from. Okay.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Other questions about anything between 1 and 10? Okay.
Is the
so
Eclipse
now-
Foundation, sorry, has Eclipse
Mhm.
Foundation agreed to the 10,000 carryover?
Yeah, they agree. When we sign, they look at this, go up on the
Okay.
right, on the left document, the one that was approved. Ed, please. And you can see the surplus. This is the carry forward surplus from the 40K. The Eclipse
Yes.
Foundation say, okay, the community did some work. We are going to, clearly we fought for the money. So they brought some money from that to 2022.
Yeah, the reason I say that is just because I know they really don't want, they want $0 right at the end.
Mhm.
And this budget says draft. And I was
No, but this
for the
one is
life of me-
approved.
Right, well, yeah, that's where I was actually looking for a document that said approved.
And we never got,
And-
and yeah, but then we never got
Okay.
that document. Or I think you were in charge of, John, you were in charge of getting that document
Yeah.
because this is what we approved, but we did it all online. And then I had the hardest time even getting minutes or anything going. So that's pretty awkward.
All right, I'll look into that.
Mhm. Yeah, we just need the other document that has more wording. It's the same numbers, but it just needs the formalized PDF.
So this budget that is titled, with file name, draft, and title, that's the one we voted on, and that's the one that was approved, right?
Yeah,
It
but
just- and nobody ever changed the title of the document to approve, right?
it was
that- yeah.
delivered. It was the only thing that was delivered by the Eclipse Foundation. And
Mhm.
we need to find the document that they got us to vote on that committee in December or November, I don't remember. And that document has like a cover page and a scooter, right? Like that kind of thing. We need like the document that has these numbers, right?
Yeah.
But it's the same numbers, nothing changed because we were not allowed to adjust anything. So then the main question here is, what about marketing costs here? Swag, events, paid ads, how do you see the distribution of the 21%?
This number here.
The 12,000. Can we do better? I mean, I am more into events and swags and supporting the community, but this is me biased. Everyone knows how I feel about it.
I'm actually okay with that. Do we have a link to the events that we plan to support?
No, because we don't have the budget yet.
Yeah.
most of community, except JavaZone and a few rare others, will support MicroProfile with a booth for free, but we need to, maybe buy a coffee and we can buy those kind of things, right? Even when we get a booth for free, it will be nice for us to have coverage on the level of this coffee of the coffee of the day is on MicroProfile, or the beers, or something like this. There are so many options on how to sponsor an event. It's not only about paying for a booth, right? We have parties, we have all those things like we do at NevNexus, and most often we don't have to pay for it because we get invited and we're helping and all these other things. And like that, the same with other events. So as soon as we get that finalized, we can say, hey, we want to support not only events, but also JAGs. We discussed and we have the documents where it shows JAGs in every continent, 5 continents, and it says the prices. We can choose a few and say, we will support you, community, allow us to speak on MicroProfile. Do you have speakers? And if you do not have speakers, we will bring speakers to your community and the level of virtual. So that is the kind of situation that we will do with the SWAC and events, right? We have the United States, we have, what is it called? North America, South America, Central America, Europe, Oceania, Asia, and Africa. And we can do all of that. So I'm saying, this is the minimum that I will say for SWACs and events. And we
I'm fine with the distribution. I agree with the more community-oriented investment as opposed to the more general paid ads.
Ed, Majid, what's your take?
Well,
I guess my, sorry, Majid, go ahead.
go ahead.
I was just going to say, do we really think we get much for paid ads? I mean, $5,000 doesn't seem like very much, and I'm wondering if, how much return on, since we don't have a big budget, are we going to get much return on that amount of money? I have no idea what that buys us,
We haven't done it before, Ed. So the idea when you were part of these goals last year, the idea when the budget was created was that we will test it for 2 quarters this year and see if there was traction, especially on content. For example, we have the 13 videos of Victor, who is from Guatemala, and the videos are only in Spanish. What we want to do is push those via Hootsuite and have paid ads pushing his content, right? So that we get more adoption of MicroProfile, right? It's not that we're selling things, it's that we are highlighting those ones that do things, especially content. To tell you the truth, it's March. We might not get this approved and whatever until the end of the month. Hopefully by the next week or 2, we can have something, but then it will be April. So really having 2 quarters to test it has not even started. We do not know how effective Hootsuite is going to be on pushing content and pushing releases. When we have paid ads and we push a release, we can have focus to say, hey, where do we want to be? Do we want to be more in Brazil this time? Or we can choose continents and be like, let's pay and go in that place. I think we're very covered in Europe and in North America, with a little bit also in South America, but Asia, only Japan is huge. Maybe we want to do a little bit more Africa, or, so that is why. But I do not know, maybe 5,000 is too much. This is why the question.
I just don't know if is that enough to make a difference? And if it's not, right, would we do better? Since we're in a constrained budget situation, would we do better if we put that money, I don't know, towards swag and events, for example?
What are others thinking? I would be a +1 on that one, but I'm biased.
Well, Yeah, I think I've already stated, I lean more toward the swag and events as well than paid ads.
Cesar, I see you join, and I see Emily also join. What's your take
I
on
think
this?
Majid was also trying to,
Oh yeah, Majid, say something.
give a comment earlier.
Well, I think the swag, if I to be honest with you, changed my life because it's pushed me and helped me to learn the English and pushed me to learn about the MicroProfile, other technology of the using MicroProfile or other things of Java. Well, I think send the swag and other things can help other people to change our life and change the perspective of situation, because I didn't have any idea about the swag, and I don't think I didn't think about that, and I don't believe I can get the swag in of MicroProfile. It's completely pleasure me, and I can't talk about that because it's so important for me. Thank you for everyone, and I think if increase the budget of things and advertise, it help other people to improve their life, because it changed my life.
When Majid, it means change your life with referring to contributing to open source and finding a project that you feel welcome and appreciated because you are doing the work as well, correct?
Well, yes, and it pushed me to learn English, to contract with you and other people in this community, because English is not so important in my country, but I so try and hard practice to learn the English, and I can talk and learn about the MicroProfile, open source, and other technology connected in and related with Java.
You're amazing, Majid. We love you and appreciate you. You're so awesome.
Yeah. Thank you so much. We are amazing. And everyone in this group amazing.
Cesar, Emily, do you have anything else to say? Just as Majid and Ed and John and I have said?
I only heard half of the conversation, so I'm not going to hijack.
Okay.
I'll go with the majority.
So, Emily, the story short is, do we spend more money in swag and events, or paid ads? Or do we, the question is, do we eliminate paid ads? Do we keep it?
Oh, yeah, I think it's a kind of, we don't know how much ad will bring back the ROI. I think it's at least the swagger people can see. So no swagger, the swags. I just talking about swagger too much today. Yeah, I'm fine to like do more like swags for Jags and etc.
What about you, Cesar?
Yeah, I think that if we expect people to come to the booth, that means that from my point of view, that is the output of engaging community first. So I think we need to go first and engage the community, as Majish was mentioning.
Okay, so then if I go in there right now and delete, Ed, you're there right now, delete 15, please, row 15.
What do you want me to change it to? Nothing?
To 0.
and then add that to the,
No, but for now, just delete. If we leave it there, we will not get a 0. It needs to be deleted so that we don't want to see it in our forecast, which means we don't want to see it in the budget. Just be safe on the deletion.
poof, it's gone.
Gone.
So now
How
we
do-
have to adjust.
So now we have $5,000 balance.
No, we just
Look at
added,
that.
we just, yeah, we just added to swags and events. Add the money that was in 5,000, add it to 14. That's it.
Okay,
Yeah, so
1,620.
just add it.
Look
and
at
then
that math on the fly. That's my math minor going, putting to work.
Yeah.
Ah,
just on the fly.
well, can't type.
We're 1,000 over. We can't be over. Yeah, so. Yeah,
Is that good? That works? Yes, no?
that's perfect, Ed. I think we're done with this. John, do you remember the call when we were talking about infrastructure? And there are about $2,000 that are the costs. And the Eclipse Foundation mentioned that that the costs were small and they didn't care about, or I do not even remember well this, but
I vaguely remember what you're talking about.
yeah, so if you notice this, based on their feedback, I did not go into infrastructure and change it to 2,200. Usually in the infra tab, we had the exact amount we needed for infra. Hootsuite is $900 a year, right? Alone. Clearly right now, Tommy Tribe is still paying for websites, and we paid for Hootsuite last year. We paid for Amazon too. SurveyMonkey is $900 as well. SurveyMonkey is the only tool that has been paid by the Eclipse Foundation, and that is $900. Everything else has been covered either by Red Hat or Tommy Tribe, and we're okay with those costs.
Okay.
So at this time, I don't see any problem. I did point out during that call with the Eclipse Foundation that the 500 they have added doesn't even cover SurveyMonkey. That is something they are paying. And what they say is like, oh, we're okay with it. If they're okay with this, we don't want to be told they are doing favors to us, to my MicroProfile project. We're happy to pay for it. And what they say is that they will revise it if you never consider the revision, but I don't think we can force that revision. That's my view on this.
So the $500 you're talking about comes from the draft budget here, right? On the left
So
side of my screen.
Correct, $500, but we provided this forecast for them to add it to the infra.
Yeah,
When
but
we
they
paid
didn't use this.
they didn't use forecast. Always the total budget shows you what we as a working group want to do with the money. They came with this budget, the one that you see at hand on the left side. And when I saw it in a call, I said, the infrastructure cost doesn't even cover SurveyMonkey. That is what you're paying for, $900. And then we have all these other things that, you know, is maybe 100, 200 for Zoom. But the Eclipse Foundation provides Zoom for all the working groups, 17 of them. So that's okay. But Hootsuite is about 580. We paid, Tommy Tribe pays for that, so we don't care. And then we pay for the other things like, you know, Amazon EC2, Red Hat pays for a little something as well for a starter, right? We talked about a starter, and John has to check with the team and do all those things. I don't want to even go into that, correct, John?
Sorry, I was just chatting with Paul, so I missed that.
Paul from the Eclipse Foundation.
Yeah, they're going to work on an adjusted budget based on the membership changes.
Okay, but can you tell them to please use the forecast total budget, please? Because we continue to tell them that, and it has been a total ignore when they provide us the budget, and we will really appreciate that they protect the time we have invested talking with each other to get into this budget, right? I find it that microprofilers work, and we prioritize talking about the budget, and we think about it, and we just go through it. And suddenly we get a budget by the Eclipse Foundation, and it shows total lack of care for the work we have done in the forecast. If we provide a forecast, it means we have an idea of what we would like to see with the money, right? And it should be used for planning purposes, right? So I have no idea why we continue to have issues with what we want to see in the budget, but please make sure that they know line 8 and line 12, line 14. We don't want pay ads, we don't want content, we just want swagging events, and we will decide what events we go to and all this stuff, because that is what we have always decided to do. We just want to support Jags, we want to buy swag, and we want to buy booths at our discretion.
Well, here's a potential problem, right? This is what we voted on in 2021, right? For the budget. So like we just deleted something that we voted on in the 2021 budget.
No, 22.
Sorry,
22.
we voted in 2021 on the 2022 budget,
Correct.
right? So in order to change these numbers, we would probably have to have a formal vote to adjust the numbers.
Correct. If that is tomorrow.
So, right.
Too fast though.
so
Hold on.
John,
We will
John,
talk tomorrow. We will talk
on.
tomorrow, but not vote tomorrow.
I'm sorry, we voted on the thing here on the left of the screen share that I've got, right? So we had
That's correct.
$10,000 for content creation, advertising, social media, and $6,500 for swag and events,
Mhm.
right? So if we 16,500, I mean, the problem that one of the problems we need to resolve is this is based on it that it turned out the forecast was, it didn't come
Right.
to fruition, right? So I think, it makes sense that we should try to adjust these numbers.
Oh no,
Rather than just taking everything down by a percentage to try and say, well, is there enough left here for us to do anything meaningful in any of these buckets? And I guess I'm okay with us saying, well, at a reduced cost or at a reduced rate, let's just take out that $5,000 that had been earmarked for advertising. But yes, we have to get that
that's all
approved.
fair. But at some point,
We absolutely
we're
have
going
to
to
get
have
approved.
a vote on the
Yes,
updated budget,
absolutely.
right?
Yes.
At the steering, it doesn't have to, it could be via the mailing list, right? It doesn't have to be
Yeah.
tomorrow. Tomorrow we can
Yes.
discuss.
Yes, yes.
So John, let's make sure that we discuss this, because this is discuss it tomorrow without the vote. I think it's super important for MicroProfile to keep the votes electronic, to allow for the members to have enough time to consume this. Clearly, Tommy Tribe doesn't appreciate being pushed into voting for anything, especially budget, on a call when we just see the information. If we don't like that, we don't
Well,
expect.
that's what I
other
just
members-
said, though.
Yeah, exactly. But the thing is that things can change maybe tomorrow. And I want to make sure that what we have talked on this call, come back tomorrow and say, hey, this is what we have in good faith. And this is what, this call is recorded. And I doubt no
Right.
one will see it. But the important thing is that so much care and good tone has been put into this, with Ed sharing the screen, 2 screens, adding the minutes. And I want to make sure, what we're going to do. My recommendation is to send the minutes to that thread that Caitlin sent and say, we discuss for the 1 hour this topic.
Mhm.
And this is
Yeah.
what we came out. And I wonder, Ed, if you would like to do the honors, since you are the best note taker in MicroProfile.
So if you want me to send it, what I would rather do is just send the summary, which is
Yeah, summary.
we spent the
Mhm.
hour talking about it. Our recommendation is, and then just outline what the recommendation, rather than And then I was going to paste these notes that I've got here in Notepad. I was going to paste those notes onto the Google Doc. I just couldn't. My poor computer is running too slowly for me to
Yeah.
Okay,
do all
sounds
that at
I
once.
got you.
Yeah, but it sounds great, Ed. The summary is the only thing we need. We don't need the other items in the agenda.
Right.
And then the set say we spent this time, we discussed all these matters, and
So who's presenting this tomorrow?
all of us are.
Well,
John?
someone's got to lead the discussion. No, I
John.
prefer Emily lead, not Emily, Amelia lead the discussion.
Okay,
Or-
I'm
Will you
fine.
be able, yeah, is that okay? I'm fine with that.
Yeah, that's fine. That is absolutely okay.
Yeah,
We'll
sounds
sort-
good. Yeah, I need to drop and hope to talk to you tomorrow. Thank you.
Bye, Emily.
Thank you,
Bye.
Emily.
Mhm.
Okay,
Okay, so I think that's it. John, anything else missing from the call tomorrow? Do you want to point out?
did I lose you?
No, I think he's here. I just checked. But it might be something rebooting with his computer.
Back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, is there anything else from any other topic that you find as a priority? I know, Cesar, you're joining. I wanted to ask you about the website, but I think we're okay to end this call as it is, just with budget, the discussion. And then,
Sure.
Cesar, if you have any updates with Summers on the website, my recommendation is to send them directly to the community forum, CC marketing MicroProfile, and let us know how, you can say these are the minutes and these are the highlights. If you could do that with Summers, that would be great. Because I think you guys are meeting every Friday, correct?
Yeah, we met last Friday. There are meeting notes from that. Summer will be able to join not the next week, but after that one. So this week we don't. I'm sorry. This week we don't have a call. It's going to be the next week. But
Okay.
yeah, I can update. We have a couple of GitHub issues related. We have the GitHub issue that is attached to our call, so that will be linked there.
Okay, so make sure, like the two of you, make sure it's your job to communicate the work, because trust me on this, no one will read the minutes on it or see the Git. We see the Git issue, but we do not know. And clearly we want more help with the website because we're talking about front end and back end work that has nothing to do with Ryan. So definitely push that information. It would be like you were doing a release, Cesar. Tell Summers. It's like, this is like working on a release and it's dropping on a Friday, and we need to be that careful with communication. If you meet, you need to send the message to the community forum. That's my recommendation. And then move on. You have done your work, right? You're not working on a vacuum. Avoid working on a vacuum.
Okay. Yeah, sounds good. It's the line we're working on keeping everything documented as much as we can.
Okay. Thanks so much. Okay, so I think we're done.
No. One thing I wanted to discuss, tomorrow we kind of plan to go through the program plan too, right? This isn't just a budget call. And I'll be honest, I'm trying to figure out how to discuss this in an hour. Because we've got program plan status, where I was kind of hoping we could look at the program plan. Normally we just say any updates, but this time kind of go through on a bullet by bullet basis, just to see the status of the bullets. I don't know if we're going to have time to do that, and to do the budget, right? So maybe what we could do is highlight, have status updates, maybe pick out a couple of bullets, or accomplishment, or just state the accomplishments according to the plan so far, right? And areas that we need to address in the remainder of the year. Maybe I'll approach it that way, just to discuss where we're at relative to the plan. So someone's going to need to do that for marketing.
Yeah. Okay. So I can take it. I can take over the marketing because Caitlin is on vacation this week.
Okay.
So I will totally help her on that one. Because
Okay. So
she's
that
very-
would be awesome.
Yeah, so I will take over the marketing because we have some vacations happening and we need to protect those. And I told her to not worry about anything. But how about this? We have the website. Cesar and Summers are working on the website. Cesar, can you please chat with Summers and make sure that you send a summary? If he's a member of the steering committee, but it would be nice to have something that the community can see before that call, because the website is a huge item in the planning. For
Yeah,
2000.
just FYI, he's on PTO this week. That's why we are not going to meet this week. Yeah.
Yep. But based on the last call and the status, just say, we're working on this and that. And, you're not expected to join tomorrow's call, but if you send the write-up, we can use it to add it to the minutes for the topic. Like John mentions, he's concerned there are so many topics and he needs some help on dividing.
Got it. In terms of status. Okay, I got it now. Sure.
Okay, John, will that help?
And I lost, I can tell what my router logs say, but I don't want to do it for security reasons. Yeah, I missed some of that.
You will get website status before the end of today.
Okay, good. And yeah, just as well, the important, I don't know if I need it necessarily by the end of the day, but it's something for us to kind of discuss or provide the status update during the call tomorrow. So, okay.
Got it. So then we have tackled budget, we have tackled marketing and overall things are fluid and moving forward. So we can provide a status on that one.
Right.
We are talking about technical. Clearly, Emily, Edwin, and Roberto will provide that one. What else are you blocked on, John?
Oh, no, not, I'm not necessarily blocked. I just want to make sure people are prepared to talk about it. So I'll be sending up a follow-up email here. I was going to go through the program plan and just take a look at things and then request some volunteers to give status updates for each section. So that's all.
Well, yeah, but I would just say careful because it's only 24 hours to go. So when you send those messages to the community, BCCC, the people involved, the microprofilers involved, so they get to see it on the spot. You see, not use the CC, BCC, so that if you had a question for me or someone that works in different areas, at least they got it, right? It didn't go at the end of the day. So that would be my recommendation because we have technical, we have the website. Thankfully, Cesar was here. I don't have to contact him a little bit later. Summers is on vacation that Cesar can cover. And then we have many other topics within the project. So it just takes work and we want to help you because you do such a great job. It's just like a lonely task. So let's not keep it lonely. I think we can do better.
And winding road. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, no, I can do that. So I'll send something out probably this afternoon. Like I said, I'm not trying to make this a huge it's really an extension of the live hangout with a slightly different approach. So that's all.
Super fun. Well,
All right.
we have 4 minutes to go. Everyone have a fantastic rest of your Monday. Thanks so much, Ed, for dealing with the sharing and all this stuff. You're amazing. Looking forward to your summary landing on the Caitlin's community thread. And thanks for helping us today. Everyone here involved, like providing the feedback to move forward. Just so amazing.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you. Happy
Bye.
Friday.
Have a great
Bye-bye.
time.
Yeah.